There's 4 types of people that Jesus talks about in the parable of the sower. So today we're going to be reading from Luke chapter 8, starting at verse 4. And what's really interesting about this parable is that immediately after, Jesus gives a breakdown of what everything meant, which I find really cool. All right, so here's the parable. A sower went out to sow his seed, and he sowed. Some fell along the path and was trampled underfoot, and the birds of the air devoured it. And then some fell on the rock, and as it grew up, it withered away because it had no moisture. And some fell among the thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it. And some fell in good soil and grew and yielded 100-fold. See, like most of us, his disciples asked, "What does this parable mean, Jesus?" He says, "To you it has been given to know the secrets of God, but for others they are in parables, so that in seeing they may not see, and hearing that they may not understand." Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God. The seeds that fell along the path are those who hear the word, but then the devil comes and takes it from their hearts so that they may not believe and be saved. The seeds that fall on the rock are those who receive the word into their heart with joy, but they have no root. And so in times of testing and trial and tribulation, they fall away. And the seeds that fell amongst the thorns are those who are choked by their own cares and pleasures of the world, and they fall away and their fruit does not mature. But as for the good soil, they are those who in hearing the word receive it in a good and honest heart, and they bear fruit with patience. Who do you want to be? I think that God's been showing me this the past few weeks, because this is really what it comes down to. Because there are going to be testing and trial periods in our faith. And do you want to be those who have no root and fall away in times of testing, or become caught up in the pleasures and cares of the life that your fruit does not mature? Or do you want to be the seed that is sown in good soil and bears fruit? You see, one of the fruits of the Spirit is patience. Patience is the first fruit of the Spirit that Paul lists. Pretty interesting, right? But those who hold fast with a good and honest heart, they bear fruit with patience. Where in your life have you been trying to force the fruit to grow, instead of watering it and nurturing it and giving it the right sunlight and being patient? You see, that's really what the Christian walk comes down to. You are the seed, sowing yourself in a place that encourages you to grow, being connected with a group of friends that builds you up and doesn't drain you, exposed to the presence of God, which is the sunlight, and being planted firmly in good soil, which is your faith. Be the good seed.